welcome to Together Alone. Together Alone, that's right. Together Alone. Have you ever wanted to hang out with other people, but just hated being around other people? Well, that's why we created Together Alone. So the next time someone asks you to hang out, say, sure, let's get together. But this time, let's get together separately. Together alone. Let's get together alone. I want to welcome everyone back to another episode of the Syndicate AI Deep Dive. My name is Michael Jagdaofrom and I'll be your host. I, of course, am a coconut. They gave me the show for diversity reasons. I think we might lose the show after Trump gets inaugurated because they no longer adhere to DEI, so this might be the last time you see me. I'm kind of like the token H1B of the Stacks community. And I want to thank Peace, Love, and GPSC and Dave BFF, who is our special guest, for having me in their spaces, because I'm not always the most great guy to be around. So, welcome everyone to the Syndicate AI Deep Dive special with Dave BFF. Dave BFF has taken everything that we've talked about and more and taken it the next step. What we've largely talked about is how we might use AI, how we might use vectorized databases, how we might make agents. But our special guest this week has actually taken the next step and converted ideation into manifest execution. And that's why we want to have him on the show today. Because, as they say, pioneers have arrows in their back. And when you are, as we all are, building a plane in the air, who isn't building a plane in the air these days, right? It takes courage. It takes the ability to recover. And if you're willing to persist in seemingly massive ambiguity, that's actually where the risk can become a reward. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Risk cannot be destroyed, merely transformed. And today we're talking to Dave BFF with GPSC and Peace Love, because Dave BFF has transformed risk into opportunity. And we're hoping that he can tell you how you might do the same. So thanks everyone for joining us on the Syndicate AI Deep Dive. This is Dave, there's Peace, and there's GPSC. How's it going, guys? It's an honor.
What's up, Mike? How are you today, man?
Right side of the bars, right side of the ground. What can I say? H1B University, full effect.
Just wanted to give you a quick update. We may not be able to continue the show next week after the inauguration. I just got some word.
It's been a good run. Now we have to run back to the border.
You know what? Fuck it. We'll do it anyway. They can't tell us what to
There
do.
you go. Right? I think they call it naturalized. Is that how that works? Right? Maybe I can marry GPSC and we can turn this into
Unnaturalized. It's unnaturalized.
Unnaturalized. Look, if you keep going down here, we're going to get canceled before we have a chance.
So I have one question. Did anybody understand a fucking word that Mike said on the opening intro? Like anything at all? Anything at all other than like we're gonna get canceled once Trump gets in office? I did. I have no idea.
Look,
Well, I understood some of it. Some of it was over my head, explaining what you guys are building. You know, I'm just like, when, you know, I just want to like type, as long as there's a chat field and I can ask it questions and it can answer me, I'm good. You guys make it do that and I'll use it.
You don't want the home version? We can deliver it to your door.
No, I like the real thing, and no.
So
I
wait,
know
can I?
Staxy's all about a robot boyfriend. She keeps mentioning it, but I'm
Really?
not.
Staxy, come on, enough of this Optimus nonsense, okay? Enough of this.
What hallucinates more, an LLM or a boyfriend trying to hit?
Probably
Think
a
about it.
probably a boyfriend if I had to guess, but yeah, if I'm being
Cast the first stone on that one, huh?
yeah. I have a quick question, Mike. I genuinely like. I want to know who I'm talking to at the end of the day. So, like, can I get a background, right, in terms of like,
Yeah.
please? Because I didn't do my homework obviously for this show, but can you give me a background
Sure.
in
I always
English?
I always ask this question. Where would you like me to begin?
Um, I'm gonna prompt you right now as if like literally I'm
Please
typing.
prompt me. Yes.
I need
this
it
will be
less than
exciting.
90 seconds and give me just like the full run of like just where you are at now and like what is your background? What do you do?
Sure. So, what I'm going to answer that with the today and then try to do right. And I think I only have 81 seconds. So,
Yep, hurry up.
today, my name is Michael Jagdaofrom, and today I am a headhunter launching startups with the Syndicate. A
Okay.
headhunter is a glorified recruiter. So 20 years ago, I was going to the University of Toronto doing a bachelor's in business administration with a co-op for business. And I started recruiting actuaries, FSAs and FCASs who were doing the deep statistics for insurance companies. So I
Okay.
would recruit them and PwC, Allianz, all that
Yeah.
stuff. And so that was my co-op job. I parlayed that into a full-time job as a recruiter in IT.
Uh-huh.
And IT is where I learned IT service management, ITIL best practices, got like help desk certified, recruited people for like Rogers, Toyota, Sony, you name it, helping them find folks. So I did that for 5 years. Left that industry, got licensed in finance, and started selling financial services. And then I started teaching the course because I was shit at sales, but I was a better teacher, so they had me teaching the licensing course.
Uh-huh.
And then when I realized how Jack Bogle figured out that the people who actively trade always lose, I was like, oh, this whole thing is a farce. So I threw away business, did stand-up for 5 years. When I realized people couldn't disagree with me when they were laughing, I was like, I wonder if this works at work. And so I tried making people laugh at work as a recruiter, and that ended up working really well.
Uh-huh.
And so then, but the
10
pandemic
seconds.
hit, right? So when the pandemic hit, stand-up is illegal now. So what do? Twitter Spaces, right? And so I started recruiting people on Twitter Spaces because LinkedIn was full of a bunch of squares that really didn't seem like they knew what they were talking about, although they had lofty titles.
Okay.
So I found actually the developers I was looking for as a recruiter were on Twitter. And then with the pandemic, Clubhouse, Social Audio, Twitter Spaces, started meeting
Got it.
folks. Yeah. And today,
So who is the syndicate? Like who makes up like Peace, are you in the syndicate?
I'm not quite sure.
First rule about the syndicate is never talk about the syndicate. GP,
Hotel.
you in the syndicate?
I second that answer, man. I don't
I'm
know.
s-
I think everybody that wants to be in the syndicate can be part of the syndicate. It's more.
I'm
of
s-
a,
syndicate adjacent.
I'm syndicate
Yeah.
and Jason.
There you go.
Welcome. Yeah, so hopefully that wasn't too much of like a broad overview, but basically a glorified recruiter who learned how to make people laugh, who realized there was a connection between laughter and sales. And in the past 3 years, the people on Folks, the developers I was recruiting, taught me how to code. And that's what changed my life because I saw developers becoming salespeople, and I was like, oh shit, they're
Yeah.
becoming salespeople? I'm going to be obsolete if I don't, you know what I mean? Like I was really afraid. It was like an existential thing, so I'll stop there. But yeah.
Got it. Okay. No, helpful. All right, that's cool. I just needed I need a little bit of background info, you know what I
Of
mean?
course. No, look, I don't look anything like, you
No, it
know.
has nothing to do.
Like-
It has nothing to do with the look. And listen,
No,
won't
it
find
does
virus out of here.
sometimes.
Don't worry about it. You'll still keep your job. Peace. You should definitely still keep him around. Like he's good people.
Yeah, as long as he wants to do it, he's welcome.
All right, I've talked enough. Peace. GPSC, Dave, let me hear from you before we go on the deep dive.
Yeah, chilling, man. Like everything's good here. You know, cooking in the background as always, watching these crypto prices. I'm trading. Do you guys trade on a daily basis? I don't actively trade, but I feel like I actively look for opportunities, right? Like, and I always keep like a little bit of dry powder on the side. But on the crypto trading front, like things have been good, man. Like days like yesterday. I mean, look at Bitcoin now. It's up 8% today already. Shit is cooking. It's on its way back to 100 grand right now. It's 78, 97, 98,000. I mean, like there's this market's fraught with opportunity, man. So
I don't trade as much as I collect. You know, I collect tokens.
yeah.
But
Is that how you tell your wife? I'm not trading. I'm going to use that.
no, well, listen,
How can I lose on
I've
a
done
collection?
okay
It's still right there.
collecting. I've done okay collecting tokens, so I can actually. That's not necessarily that's actually probably the best way for most people, because trading is hard.
Yeah.
Trading is actually really hard. I'll tell you, I've done and over the last several years, I've learned a little bit here and there on how to do it, and sometimes I've made some really good money trading, and sometimes I've lost. I've given a lot of it back. It's kind of like going to the casino, you know.
Yep.
But I do think that actually we have the Landy on at 1 p.m. later Eastern time, and I've learned
be on the live stream like video.
Yeah, we do a weekly. This will be the 7th episode with Landy. He's doing learn TA with Landy. We do a show with Landy.
What Landy looks like?
No, he's not doxxed. He doesn't come on. He just has his it's just his avatar talking to me about TA.
If Landy looked like me, huh? And then be like, nah.
Yo, because I'm telling you, like, I'm convinced that Landy is literally like a 5 foot, 1 inch absolute fucking, like tank of a guy. You know what I mean? With like, yeah, I don't know.
I've heard all sorts of different descriptions about him.
Big gnarly beard.
I don't. My understanding is that he owns the Silver Spoons Mansion. He's a 6'11" midget with a beard down to his knees or something.
Yeah, Landy's a character, man. Landy is a special character. But yeah, no, he's
but as far as trading goes,
my man has his finger.
I've been learning. He's definitely the guy I would go to if I had questions about that now. You know, he's an awesome dude, and he doesn't mind telling you.
Yeah. And he owns you ask him about a token, 98% of the time he probably owns that token.
He knows a ton of stuff about Bitcoin itself and mining and all of that stuff too. Like he's very well into what's happening in the political realm. Like he understands and knows what's going on there.
You saying the political realm has impacts on digital currency?
Go figure.
I'm observing. I'm not saying it. I'm observing.
So, talk about Doge, huh?
Oh man.
Yeah, I wouldn't speculate too much on that crypto myself, but you know, what do I know?
So, Peace, roll out the red carpet for our friend here, Dave. You've known him for a while. I've known him for a while.
Dave. Oh man, I'm gonna have a hard time topping. I did a really good intro before.
Yeah, we don't gotta do this shit. Leave all that out of here. It's the same.
The people have to hear you. We need the clip for the.
Listen,
he's clipping.
When did I have time to go clip the last show? I haven't. I heated up my cup of coffee that I still haven't finished drinking.
I like it.
And no, Dave's all right. So people that don't know, Dave, number one, he hosts tons of spaces on X covering everything going on in the crypto ecosystem. He's very integrated into Bitcoin and Stacks. He's a part of the set dev community, which we didn't actually get to talk much about last time on the show, but I'd love to talk more about that because it's
the show. SetDev is like the only auditor that matters in Stacks ecosystem.
Well, it's a whole collective of guys, actually.
Like between them and Orange Hats, let's be honest. If you don't have Setsus looking at your code, is anyone really looking at your code? Like, that's not marketing. That's just that guy wrote
there's
100 Days of Clarity.
There's Coin Fabrique, but we don't know. I haven't. The only one I heard.
They haven't paid me money yet, so I'm not saying. You understand?
No. Well, I mean.
Just saying,
so for the record, we do not require to be paid money to talk about things on this network.
I do. Sorry. Really.
You're getting paid?
Why do you think I'm here? So, but Zeus, in all seriousness, if you are launching a project, especially on Bitcoin or on Stacks, and you are not having a consult with SetDev, with Dave and Zeus and everyone there, you might be doing something wrong fiduciarily. You know what I'm saying? That guy wrote the 100 Days of Clarity,
So
which is like hours and hours of content. And
yeah,
without that guy, I don't feel confident in nobody in this space.
yeah. So Jesus, and let me, I want to be clear, kind of like in terms of like what I do, like for Set Dev, right? So we initially came to like an agreement, and I realized like I took on a lot more. I bit off a lot more that I can chew for them, but ultimately, like what I do for them now is just any like whatever there is that's on the like that could be a potential consultant like target opportunity. I'm referring over to Jesus and that whole like set team, right? Like in the beginning, it was like I realized like that job required, and I love those guys. Like they are the Chad of Chads in this entire ecosystem, and some of the smartest dudes that I met. I can't say enough amazing things about these guys, like genuinely. But for me, it's like I'm looking at it as and the relationship that we have is like anybody that's going to be on the spaces that I think can be, that has money, that is looking to build on Bitcoin, is looking to do something, I'm literally just funneling like their way at the end of the day. Because to me, like these are the guys, like you said, bro, Mike, like these are the guys that you genuinely want looking at everything that you're doing, if not building out your stuff, right? So you like the old adage of you get what you pay for. These dudes ain't cheap, but like you are going to get the top quality work from the entire Set Dev crew. Like, and shout out to like Jesus, Pato, and like all those guys, man. Like, you know, like those guys are fucking, they're second to Haas and all of them. They're a whole crew, man. So shout out to all those dudes, man. Like, I have mad respect for those guys.
The absolute Chads.
Yeah. 100%.
All good dudes. And to be honest with you, not that they're giving away the work for free, but they're happy to help you too.
Facts.
They're happy to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts. 100%. They're really, really, really good dudes, man. For sure.
Because with dudes like that, it's like when you talk to security people, it's like talking to a lawyer. It's like, am I on the clock after 90 seconds? You know?
Yeah.
Because you know they're so important. They might as well be the lawyers of this space.
Yeah.
Right? Smart contract security people. Sounds like a lawyer to me.
Yeah. I mean, look, I mean, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to bring some business there, some additional business their way. But good on the good news front, I think I'm going to start hosting daily spaces actually with the Bitcoin OS team because I just hosted them on a space last week, and I had a great relationship with like their whole crew, like with like their BD lead, with Alien, with Dave, and obviously like Yago is just a fucking giga brain, and obviously like they have their whole token launch coming up and everything, their partnership with Cardano and everything that's cooking. So they're looking to get out into the community heavy. So I think we're going to be doing some stuff there. And Pete, this is what I was telling you off air before, where it's just like, yo, man, like I would love to kind of include this as part of the offering, where it's just like, look, you have a daily show, I have a daily space, you have a daily show, and it's like, and my thought process in all this is like funnel audience, right? Because this is what I learned very early on in spaces. It's like if you can either be the builder or have someone build you audience and you reciprocate, that's the way it is. So like I send a client or I refer a client to you, or I make you part of the offering. They come on here, they chat. You then tell everybody, hey, the space is coming up right after this, and funnel this audience into the Twitter space. And it's like, okay, cool. Now you're literally, everyone's scratching each other's back, and it's just like everybody wins out here. It's not fucking rocket science. You know what I'm saying? Like there's ways for us to genuinely push each other forward while still getting paid and driving a shit ton of value for the community that we service. So Safi, what's up? That, ladies and gentlemen, right there is the voice of Junie that you heard singing before.
Gorgeous. I can't wait to hear her sing.
Shout out, Safi. Love you. Yeah. Incredible human being right there. Incredible.
I know the name because for a while I was shouting out Miss Geck's calendar on the morning as well. She hasn't been able to do it, so I don't have the calendar, but I was getting exposure to all of those names.
Yeah. Safi's my co-host on. So we do Reset Sunday, right? So I have a few different like constant properties, right? So it's like Reset Sunday has been running for almost 2 years now, right? Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, where it's once a week. We do a full-on like Web3 recap of like everything that happened in Web3, crypto, AI, we cover, and I have amazing contributors, and Safi and Brett are my co-hosts on that one. like week in, week out. Like we absolutely crush. So for anybody that's listening, like feel free to come through to that one. And then Monday through Thursday, we do all things crypto. So me, Cool Crypto, and Nat do 5:30 to 7, 90 minutes. These are non-paid spaces, right? So that we could just educate community out here. What are we seeing? What's going on? What's cooking? And then I want to start. I'm doing the YouTube thing next week, but I've been dying to do like a genuine like AI space, man. Like I don't have like a regular AI space, so like I would love to just speak to some of the crackheads. But I do host spaces for other accounts like WagMe Hub and a few others. And last week, I mean, of the AI agent market, and this is where I can really hang my hat and I'll flex for like a hot second. Of the like 15 or $16 billion total market cap of the AI agent market right now, between Eliza and Virtuals and a few others, I had about $12 billion of that like on my stage on the WagMe Hub account we ran. It was crazy, man. We had over like 4,000 people listening on this. It was something wild. And we're going to do it again this week, just with a couple others, with like Futureverse and what they're doing on the AI agent side. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Futureverse, but like the open metaverse concept, the Think team with like their AI agent concepts, and BankerBot. I don't know if you guys know what BankerBot is, but BankerBot is literally like out there, like on the timeline. Like you can, their beta is like, hey banker, buy me $5 of this. And like it has a wallet attached to your Twitter handle that does everything for you, sends you a confirmation on the Twitter timeline.
Holy.
It's fucking
That's nuts. That's a way to custody your
my
ass.
co-host.
That's crazy.
Why? I'm telling you, man.
Damn.
It is crazy. Yeah. You guys
I've never heard of something like that.
Just think
Yeah.
where it's going to be in 5 years.
BankerBot. So pull up. I think it's BNKR.
Damn.
Twitter
I'm
handle.
not sure if you can have Dave share his screen.
Oh yeah, for
But,
sure.
yeah.
Banker.
See, this is why we have Dave on the show, because I don't know any of this shit. Dave is.
What do you do?
I talk to you guys and I take good notes. Like you introduced me to Joe from Lunar Crush on the space. Like that's like a major dude, and I got a chance because I got a shout out to you. You were the only one you only let me on stage and allowed me to ask my question. So thank you for that. But like Lunar Crush, that's an exponential organization built on Bitcoin, essentially. So yeah, you're connected. So I take good notes. But keep going.
Yeah. So this is actually, let me go to my buddy Viper's page, because like Viper is the one that actually is doing like all this crazy stuff. So check this out, right? So this is built on base chain, right? It's like it's built on on Hamcaster, like using Farcaster as well. But check this out. Where is he? You can literally say, yeah. So check literally, hey BankerBot, please send the host of this space $1 of banker, right? He was in a Twitter space, right? And it knew that he was in a Twitter space. It sent $1 of BNKR, which is their native token, which is like a 30 mil market cap right now, to my buddy Jay East, who literally was the host of that space. Look at this. And this is now a marketing tool, right? Like, so he's literally going around telling everyone, hey, do this. And this is the reply that you get. Mr. Crypto just sent you $1 worth of banker, right? Enjoy the bounce.
They just socialized money, guy.
Yeah.
Holy
legit.
God. No more. Like everyone used to talk about, when Elon Musk gets to add the wallets are here.
Yeah.
Unstoppable. Who's going to stop this? Good luck stopping this, by the way.
It's wild, man. Like, and look, like this is what I say, like there's so much opportunity out here, right? Like send $1 worth of banker to, and then you just put a Twitter handle with the message, like you put an emoji and you can verify the transaction. And you genuinely can verify the transaction. Now, again, this is in beta, so there's only a few people that have access to this now. But that's what Viper is doing, right? Viper is genuinely trying to break this entire thing right now. You know what I mean? And now, not only
productive for the industry.
Yeah, you can tip people like on the timeline now. You can do this to like, actually, you can swap, I think, and even I don't know. I'm not sure if you can bridge, but we're gonna find out on Friday, because these are gonna be like some of my co-hosts on Friday, but. This is the kind of shit that I'm talking about, guys. Like that's on the timeline, man. That like, there's so much out here. It's fucking wild.
That one pattern, just that one pattern, to say, hey, you already have a username.
Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily do anything. This money is waiting for you when you want it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Fuck this.
That's
seed
unstoppable.
phrase. The days of seed phrases are going to be long gone, Jen.
And by the way, people
yeah.
don't want to custody their money anyways. They're shit at it.
Yeah.
So
It's
No, they want customer service to call when they fuck it up. Actually,
and some FDIC insurance on the side.
Yeah.
yeah.
People want yeah.
Some kind of insurance.
Mhm.
Let's make it private.
I feel it's about to get political now.
You guys, there's actual like crypto insurance. I'm actually running a space with these guys next week, but yeah.
Let me tell you something.
It's an inevitability.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to get fucking erased, but the insurance industry, if you look at some of the folks that are using software and currency and risk and insurance, there are some people coming out with some stuff that, like, people talk about, financial services. Without insurance, none of this shit exists.
And then you sprinkle AI on top of that whole little like cake. Yo, that's some powerful shit right there.
So imagine someone said, "Hey, I like you. I'm going to buy you a term insurance policy for 10 years at $1 million." Another person says, "Hey, I want to be a beneficiary. Where's that guy at?" Like, we're going to see some weird shit.
Yeah.
With models like that, where you don't have to have a wallet to start participating in a network because they're using your username, Mike Dave GPSC piece, as the mechanism by which to on-ledger you, and you can collect anytime you want.
Let's talk about some of the disadvantages of that, because we're on the stage with us is somebody who only a couple of weeks ago had his account just completely shut down for really no good reason.
So what happens to the money?
What happens to the money?
Damn, that's gangster.
There was something, I forget what it was called. There were like Twitter tokens. People were launching tokens on Twitter where you could tweet and a year ago, a little over a year ago. If you tweeted something specific, you would mint these tokens and it would be attached to your Twitter account. But I got that account banned, so I haven't even I don't think it actually stayed a thing anyway, but I don't remember what it was called. But so what happens here?
It's still a thing, but that's a good question. I generally don't know. Like, what does happen to the money? Like, that would be crazy. GP, like if you get a lot, like if somebody sent you money to like, oh, you're associated with this Twitter handle, how do you genuinely access like that wallet if you don't have access to the Twitter account? Which, yeah, it's like, it's funny. It's interesting because there's this dynamic now of like everything, like you want things to be decentralized, but at the same time, if you're going to be doing this convenience side, now it's like, oh, fuck. Like, what
custody as a service?
Right.
What's wrong with that?
What happens to
When you
money
say
after
launching
that?
tokens, by the way, I think about like affirmative action. That's why I was laughing. It's not in anything. You said launching tokens on X. I'm like, wait a minute, is that like me? Anyways.
No.
Look, token minority, we don't have that anymore because now we're the majority, right? You're the minority.
Launching tokens on X. That's gonna be the short, Mike shares.
That should be the AI
after
show,
the
huh? Launching tokens on X.
Token
Amazing.
launching.
Look, you guys have to stop me because we have serious things to discuss.
No,
okay.
None of it's all that serious. Everything's temporary.
So
Eventually, we'll all be dead. Don't worry about it.
Dave, let's do the teeter-totter thing where I'll reciprocate. I only know you as the most popular key person of influence in all of Bitcoin. How did you
God
get
of spaces.
Here? Right, Alpha Omega, one might say. How did you get the stacks, and why should anyone care? About layer 2s anyways?
Yeah, that's a good question, honestly. I was telling these guys earlier, I came in via like the BitFlow guys, right? Like when I discovered, I came from the ENS community, right? I was heavy in the ENS community. I own like so many fucking like and absolutely just a ridiculous amount of ENS domains that I never had any business holding. Although
Can
now
you give us an example of your of some of your names?
Yeah, so now one of them that I own, which the Space Time Continuum, shout out Landy. So one of them now that I think is one that I foresaw coming. I actually sold another. I bought one for like $30. It was searchgpt.eth.
Whoa.
Yeah, and you would think, right, like
Crazy.
that's like a really good one, right? And it ended up selling for 1.2 ETH, but not to me. Like I bought it for $30, and then somebody had given me an offer for like messaged me on Twitter and was like, hey, like I just put you an offer in there, and it was for like 0.2 ETH or something. And it was like $600, and I'm like, $30 to
It's not
$600.
bad.
I was like, fuck
You
it,
could do a
hey,
lot
listen,
worse.
and I'll take a 20x all day every day, right? Like I'm not one of those people that holds out for whatever. I mean, that person ended up flipping it for like 1.2 ETH. So I said to myself, what else is out there? And I realized, and I know a lot of the other protocols. So the .box protocol is like the Web 2 and Web 3 side. So now, for those that don't know how websites work, like on the back end, like for DNS, for transferability, you can transfer the ownership of a website now with just the purchase of the NFT. So if you buy search GPT.box from me, and let's say I have it fully built out, it transfers ownership along with all of the assets on chain, just with literally just
That's
that one.
wild.
Yeah, which
So
is
you're saying that you
cool.
could encapsulate an entire application as an NFT with a myriad of traits. So a database as a trait, an a model as a trait, user interface as a trait. I never thought of that.
Bro, you
Keep
want to
going.
hear something crazy? People are literally going to, there's a collection that's releasing in the next week or two that every NFT is its own AI agent, right? And you're going to be able, like, there's one that's out now. I think it's called 7077. I forgot what it is, but there's another one being built by 3700.eth. This guy is fucking, these like, yeah, these AI guys, some of them are so like what they build is crazy, and they're building it on different chains. So imagine what an NFT is and the data and the metadata that an NFT can hold. Now, if you inject that with like all of these AI agent capabilities, if you own 4, 5, 6 different of the NFTs, now you can have the agent that schedules your stuff, the agent that does outreach for you, the agent that does social media posts for you, the agent that does, and the list goes on and on and on and on, just via like an NFT. Because what is it doing? It's literally calling a smart contract on chain, bing, kicks it back, and then it's like, all right, this is what I got to do. Cool. And then it just gets like that whole cycle gets going. So
that's why I want to ask you.
Yeah.
And again, the people watching this show are probably, at least at a intermediate level in terms of digital currency, but maybe beginner to intermediate in terms of AI. Now, what I wanted to ask is all of this AI stuff, and again, I'm always kind of a doomer because I grew up with like Terminator 2, right? So it's always like Sarah Connor on my left shoulder saying, "What are you doing?" You hear like just, right? And so you're familiar with that dead internet theory?
What is dead internet theory? I'm not.
That most of the people on social media are not actually protein-based beings.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so basically they're all just silicon. They're all just synthetic influencers. And so the dead internet theory is something that happened. I think it was Destiny or something like that, where people were trolling him, and he looked into their background and he would see all these fake people with fake families and fake jobs and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I'm going with Junie. If I'm being honest, I'm going to make Junie like an AI influencer where I'm trying to get Junie sponsorships. I want her to be the fucking cover of like the cover person for Maybelline, for every hair product out there, for all of it, bro. Because like these posts that you see on Twitter where people are like, I created an AI influencer in 30 minutes, right? Like those are the crack devs that know how to do this shit quick. But like, look, check this out. Like just look at this. Look, many are just.
Let's do the Dave special right now. Hold on, I'm gonna take my camera off. You mind if we just focus on Dave and the screen that he's showing? There is going to be.
Hold on.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
So with Dave right now, I'd love, now that we've kind of done the preamble and stuff like that, can you talk about the inception of Junie? Like what happened before you even thought about the name? Because you've gone through the path that a lot of people want to go on right now. Please go ahead. Walk us through what happened before Junie.
So how I thought about Junie, I mean, it just kind of happened, right? Like people are like, where'd you come up with the name Junie? It's like, I didn't really come up with the name Junie. When I discovered like ChatGPT, like when it was released in November, right? I was saying to myself, I was like, holy shit, like what is this? Like, and I just first discovered like what AI actually was, I was like, that's it, I'm hooked. This was November of 2 years ago. And when I went in there, I was like, okay, if this thing can talk, that would be really impactful. And then, 6 months later, they released voice. And one of the options, the name is Juniper. And I was like, I'm not going to call the AI Juniper, right? But like, I'm also not going to talk to a dude that's going to be like, hey, man, welcome to this. Like, what did you do today? And I'm just like, that's just fucking weird to me. So,
It sounds like Morty.
yeah, like, I'm not trying to do none of
Nobody
that.
wants to
Like,
talk to Morty.
yeah, I want to speak to I want to speak to like a female, right? Like for me, that's like more, that's easier. Like I feel like she listens more, whatever. But yeah, like that's kind of like that's the simplicity of it. But when you look at this, like, and listen to this, man, just like this is what we created. And I showed Peace this on the other show. Hold on.
Last night I cried, tossed and turned, woke up with dread eyes, my mind was racing.
Watch that again.
Last night I cried, tossed and turned, woke up with dread eyes, my mind was racing.
How crazy is that? That's Safi. That's Sapphire.
Is
Like,
is the audience behind her also generated?
all of it, bro. Every single bit of it. There is nothing real about that video. Nothing genuinely real about that video. Everything is synthetic.
Nuts.
Crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And then, hold on. Look at this. Let me just get to Junie's page really quickly. And then you can see it. Now, this is without sound, but like, just look at this motion. I mean, Junie's fucking hot. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? I play the dad, but like, look at this. Tell me this is not like an AI influencer ad right here. Guys, eyes up here. Eyes up here.
That's studio quality.
Well, it's all excellent work. You have to admire the whole body, right?
But I think what Dave is showing there is that sure, you might be able to use Python, and sure, you might be able to use Rust, but if you don't understand go-to-market like Dave does, like Dave's connected with the entire sales channel, from innovators to early adopters to the early pragmatists right now. And that is what's going to take us from innovators and early adopters into the mass market. What Dave just showed right there. That is not insignificant.
Guys, we're in the people business, bro. Like what we do out here, like we are in the people business. That's it. And if you understand what people respond, that video right there in 24 hours got more engagement than any other post that I had put up there, like at all. Look at the motion, Landy, you fucking creep. But seriously, like that gets so. Like it got like 1,000 or 1,500 impressions in like the first hour that it was out, and I was just like, "What the? Yeah. This is crazy."
And then you think about it and be like, "Wait a minute! Of course, a woman does better gets more engagement than me." You ever have that moment and be like, "Wait a minute! I've been an idiot for 20 years. I've been trying to get people to pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about you, Mike. They want what Dave just showed. Put your ego away."
Why do you think that like the majority of my shows, there's always like a female co-host? Right? A very knowledgeable, super fucking smart, sharp, shrewd, like co-host who knows like what's going on or is like ingrained into an ecosystem. Like that's what sells out here, right? Like people need to understand that, right? Like nobody wants to hear me fucking the same way that they don't want to hear you talk, Mike, like about crypto 24/7. And like they get tired of my voice. There needs to be that offset, right? And if you have someone like Staxy or Safi or Nat or Miss Gecko, right? Or like any of these other co-hosts that I have, I'm telling you, man, like it's a no-brainer to me. Like that's what people respond to.
May I introduce you to one more piece? I just put a link into the chat. Do you mind sharing that profile? You know Mr. Good Vibes, right? He has the Mr. Good Vibes. He runs the Good Vibes ecosystem, and that ecosystem has been helping teens get paid. And so he introduced me to our new friend. And so, Dave, I want to introduce you to another individual who's well connected in her spheres and is just getting introduced to Twitter. And hopefully we'll have her on next week. And so if you can come on next week, I'd love for you to talk to an influencer. And I would love for you to like lay out this space, right? Because key person of influence or something. That's an insurance term. What do they call it? KOLs? I only know the insurance term.
I hate that term so much, but
Yeah, it's the worst.
Shout out Roxy. What's up, Roxy? I like this. This is cool.
I love her, except for why is she into Polygon?
Yeah. Did she get? Was she funded by like the Polygon?
You guys don't like platonic solids?
Oh,
What's wrong with the
I
dodecahedron?
do. Well,
Listen.
it's
Euclid's
the
elements,
poll
guys.
that I'm actually more concerned about.
So next week, hopefully, we'll have our friend with Mr. Good Vibes on the show, and I believe that as an audience, we judge books by their cover and we eat with our eyes. That's how menus work. You know what I mean? You go to a restaurant, I want that thing over there. I've never had it before, but it looks good, right? And so I really think, and that's why I go back to the dead internet theory. What happens if Dave goes from deploying 1 to N? Right? They're going to be more popular than Dave, me, you, GPC combined. And that doesn't mean we're not valuable people. There's still stuff for us to do. But maybe it's not, you know what I mean, posting on X. You know what I'm saying?
Landy, I'm with you. I'm so confused now. Me too, bro. Like
I felt something.
I'm with
Yeah.
Landy. Although
I think we all
Landy
felt
does
something.
know, like, but I'll say this about Roxy though too. Like, it was something in the face, right? Like that takes work. Like something in the face about Roxy that, like, at one point I couldn't tell if she was. I mean, I'm all about like the wokeness or whatever, but you know, I don't know if she's
Here's the thing.
transgender.
I'm just going to say
Yeah,
a
she
lot
looked the jawline looked a little strong.
The Adams apple.
It's just Ozempic. You know what happens with Ozempic. So
No,
we're talking
what?
Yeah,
so,
what?
Not. I'm an equal opportunist, as you all know, and so we're looking at beautiful women.
Yeah.
Beautiful men, dude. When people start figuring out how to create their own Jason Stathams with Lamborghini and cologne commercials, that's an even bigger market because
Oh my God.
with guys,
Genius
with,
idea.
with guys,
Well,
you're gonna have
so-
more guys paying attention to guys. You know what I'm saying?
these agents are
You
going
understand
to
the
these agents are going to
expendable
be movie stars.
income?
They're not just going to be on social media. They're going to be featured in AI generated feature films.
Guys, listen to me.
They're going to become.
I got it. What you just said, Jason Statham, JSON. Jason.
JSON, JavaScript Object Notation. See, this is why this guy is in charge
Bro!
of people's money.
This is go.
So-
Landy, if you run with this, I'll
Landy,
bro.
do the
Not
thing.
launch this
Let's
on
do this
fucking-
right now. Fuck it. Let's do this right now. Landy, run the
Yeah.
fucking JSON Statham.
If I don't get an allocation, Landy, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Look.
Seriously, do
And
not
here's the thing.
do this one.
The audience isn't women.
Jason Statham.
The audience isn't women. Do you understand the sheer amount of expendable income not going to babies of men attracted to JSON Statham? You understand the sheer dry powder
Are
involved?
there any like male like AI agents out there right now, or like
Uh-huh.
the good?
You
Yeah.
see it. Yeah, the show's
Yeah.
over, guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, if anyone wants to know if we're doing like important shit on this show or if we're just wasting our time, nah, man. If you missed what we just said, that's on you. That's not on us. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what Landy's saying yes to, but Landy, I better
Yeah,
get a
Dave-
fucking allocation.
Yo, Landy's locked in. He's like, can you guys remove yourself from the screen and you understand, right? He's waiting for you to add the lady back on the screen.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
one of the things, I'm sorry, Dave. Peace was very strict with me, and he said, Mike, we always go on for like 8 hours, and I don't want you to do that again. So I'll just say, let's wrap in 5. We didn't even get a chance to really talk about anything fucking structured, but I think we got the point across. Huh?
Did we?
I think
Yeah.
so. You kind of showed the future, right? Like if you are an influencer right now, you just met your competition, wouldn't you say?
I mean,
Right.
that's sure. I mean, be on influencers, be on fucking notice because Junie's coming. That's a.
Well, that's why I said earlier. I said to Dave, how do we compete with that as humans? You know, how do we compete with that?
Embrace and assimilate and extinct, all in due time.
Right.
You like
Transcend and include.
Hey, we
So
could
now
be
I'm trying to
terms right
figure
now.
out how to make a waifu like Giga Pepe, like a
Oh, like a
AI
Shrek kind of
hot.
looking lady.
Like, do people want this? Do people want do people want like a hot animated Pepe character that they can talk to
Yeah, this is
and
the
then
internet.
get to
They
do
want a
tasks? Like,
Futanari
I'm trying to
version.
think of
But
like
we're not ready for that conversation yet. You think I'm joking? Guy, I remember a lady told me, you guys are fucking idiots. You realize 99% of the internet is porn and you're focusing on trading? Are you
That's a
guys
fact.
stupid? I thought you wanted to make money. Like, I'm not saying like you do that, blah, 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 whatever, but I'm just saying, whether we do it or someone else does it, the Futanari Jason Statham is coming out. And God bless if that's your shit.
There's a
I don't
different
care.
problem with trying to make money with that stuff.
Why is that?
It's
That's just a Gibraltar corporation away, isn't it? Sorry.
no, that's not the problem. There's
Sorry.
certain people that feel like they own that business.
Oh, and look, I'm willing to give them 99%. 1% of that lady business is enough.
Sure.
Not
Well,
financially.
as long as you're reasonable, my friend.
Jeez, now see the thing is, you guys set me up with this fucking $15 silver chain I got from Morningside Mall when I was 16 years old, and this black shirt. I look like someone who takes advantage of shit like this, huh? Oh no. I mean, headhunting is basically like Web 2 human trafficking, right? So, same thing, recruiting. Sorry. Welcome, everyone. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Syndicate AI Deep Dive, where recruiting is the same thing as the lady business, just with a different kind of fee structure.
Okay.
We've been talking to Dave, and Dave's going to kind of take us out today. I'll stop there.
Real quick. So I know we obviously meant to talk about some AI stuff, right? And I have I had this front end that I was showing Peace, and we could do this really, really quickly.
No, take your time, believe me.
However, don't feel rushed. We can,
Yeah.
whatever
I
you
want to be
need.
respectful.
Whatever you need.
You know, Peace is a full-time, like he's Don Lemon of crypto right now. You understand?
Oh,
Like,
I
he has
liked
places
where
to
you were
be.
going with that until you went there with that.
So check this out, right? So we built this is just kind of like the makeshift, very, very, very beginner kind of like front end.
Damn.
For Junie, and ultimately we're adding in so the Magic Eden API isn't in this yet. Right now we have, I think it's CoinGecko, DeFi Llama, and CoinGecko, DeFi Llama, and Lunar Crush.
Crush has to be.
Yeah. And Lunar Crush has but the thing is you have all these different endpoints and you're like, shit, how am I actually going to get all this stuff into one? But if I was just to ask it something or Mike, if you want me to ask it something about the Stacks ecosystem's a little bit different. I'm working on getting the API from Rube. So anything outside of
the best question on the planet.
Yeah.
What's the likelihood Craig Wright is Satoshi?
No, not that kind of question. Crypto fucking focus shit.
I thought that was a crypto question. Who's Judge Meller? Has his ruling been overturned? Sorry. What does hash rate mean?
So, definition wise, I don't even know if she actually does what definition.
Hey, you never know.
Hash rate mean? Yeah, it's not really going to give me definitions. It's pulling literally from data sources. So let's see.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's going to give us this, but there you go.
I did it. Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's gonna ping it's gonna ping essentially OpenAI. So yeah, I guess it should be able to do this. But yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
But also it's think about it from real insight perspective. What chain has the highest TVL to date? Right? Let's see if it'll.
Ooh, can I give you a question?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So
I'm scared.
Okay.
Oh, Source chain is the response indicates the currency failed. Okay, we got to work on that. This is good that I'm actually trying to break this right now. What do you got? What's the question?
All right. So, explain Bitcoin in terms of propositional
Oh, here we go with this.
and modal, MODAL, and predicate, logic.
I don't even know. I genuinely have no fucking idea what this means. None.
Sometimes I don't. I heard someone say it.
I don't think you know half the shit that you're talking about.
Nah, I'm just a comedian that's hallucinating. All right, take a look. Now take a look at this answer.
Oh
Tell
my
me what you
god. What the fuck?
manufacturing consent from an LLM. You want to prompt like an Egyptian? This is what we talked about last week, but now you can see the power of this. Have you ever seen an answer like this in your life?
No, I actually haven't. Propositional logic, P1, Bitcoin is decentralized, Bitcoin transactions. What the fuck
those are statements, those are propositions about what might be true in the universe. Keep going.
Modal predicate logic. Modal logic introduces modalities, necessity, possibility. Is a transact. In summary, we can use propositional logic to represent basic facts about Bitcoin and modal predicate logic to express necessary and possible conditions related to its operation. Who would use this though? How would I use this in like modern, like how would I use like, so this is what our API is giving back to us now, right? How would I package this?
Okay, so let's take the next step. Let's go back and let's add to that answer at the end. As one single logical expression. Just provide me with the logical expression based on that answer. Let's see if we can reduce all human natural language communication to a single bed mass. There you go. So when someone wants to explain you Bitcoin, it's like they can use their fucking words and talk you into the ground and talk you to death. But me, I'm just gonna find the logical expression and call it a day. All right. So
where did you find this?
Yo, I'm a fucking H1B guy. Hindustani, come on.
Thank you, Landy. Let me see. What is Bitcoin dominance today? Let's see.
D grants. Hold on. You asked where he came. I met Michael through D grants.
D grants actually.
Spaces on
that's
X.
right. H1B University. Classes in session.
Let's see. What is Bitcoin dominance today? There should be, because there is social sentiment, right? Like you should have Lunar Crush, or there should be something.
Now, here's where it gets fucked. When you start saying, because you have Lunar Crush, because you have CoinGecko, right? Imagine what happens if you're able to express a trading strategy as a logical expression with conditions.
To calculate Bitcoin dominance, access total market.
Landy's listening right now, and he'll see where this is going. I think even Landy will agree that high-frequency trading is simply the execution of algorithms with a daddy overlooking the conversational transactions. So, if you can express what you do as an equation, which all mathematicians do, anyone who has ever written a Nobel Peace Prize, what do? It's because they wrote this single fucking line that changed the world. Now, if you have so much clarity that you can express your intents as a single line of logical expression, turns out the LLMs were built with logic. And so logic in, logic out, instead of using natural to queen speech. You understand. I'll stop there, but that's the power of combining what Dave knows on go-to-market and AIs with this data, rivers and streams, estuaries, and now with predicate, propositional, modal logic, Kolmogorov complexity, callback lively divergence. A lot of these things are math and like information physics, but now that we're dealing with information physics connected to wallets, all of these kind of ideas are coming forth. And so, yeah, I have no idea what Dave's going to do with it, but guys like Dave who understand not only AI and digital currency and the go-to-market, dude, even if you have better tech than Dave, if you don't understand that go-to-market, God bless.
Okay, so Bitcoin dominance is essentially like a percentage
of the total market, right? So Bitcoin the market cap of Bitcoin is about 58.5% of the total 3 market cap, or total market cap. Total 3 is without Bitcoin, I think.
Total crypto market cap, which means sorry, I'm just messaging my dev right now. Like, we can just implement Bing. So we can get this. So we need total. Yeah, exactly. We could just do like Bing search and it'll come up. Okay, total crypto market cap. Yeah. Okay, cool. No, this was okay. So this is what I mean by like. And Landy, I'm gonna give you access to this so you can help me try and break it so that we can actually like really start like cooking this thing and really pushing it forward. Because I like. Once we start implementing and we start increasing like different data sources and everything else, like it's going to get a little hectic. So yeah, Landy, he breaks my brain every day. I genuinely like, yeah, he's now a puddle. Who knows?
We covered a lot today, guys.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah. If anyone missed, I know that we don't necessarily have a very large audience right now, but I believe that we are saying things that are very useful.
Yeah.
Extremely useful.
Yeah,
like, incredibly useful. If you're just joining us and you miss what Dave showed you, Dave either showed you the future of you or the end of you or the new beginning of you. And I like to think of it as the new beginning of you. Does that make sense? Because motherfuckers is going to have to reinvent your ass with what Dave showed. And that's not a bad thing. It's just like, look, you think you're just going to sit back?
Better to find out now than a week from now.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
That's gangster. Good
I
luck.
appreciate you guys having me, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you coming on. You're going to be like untouchable in like 2 months.
I hope from your lips to God's ears, bro. Like if Junie's at like a 5 mil market cap in 2 months, there will be signs. You might not see me for a minute. I'm just letting you know.
Look,
but he'll always make time for us.
That show that you started 2 years ago, Bitcoin was what, 30 to 50K? So like people should listen to you.
60. I was on the air at 16, 17K, bro. Like, come on.
Right. So just one of those things where when people are looking who to trust and who is being here, it's someone like you, because you're not just talking about, like anyone can go on space and talk about this shit. That's fine. But what you showed today is that you're putting this thing into practice. And, you know, there are mistakes, not even mistakes, because this whole technology thing is changing every day. So today we're using Python, tomorrow you're using Rust. Why are you using Rust? I don't know, the fucking nerds like it and it's faster. Okay, I guess we're using Rust now.
Yeah.
Right? So all of this sand is shifting, but I think if you're willing to play in that ambiguity, like you have over the past 2 years, these are the rewards. And there is no free wave. There is nobody that's going to ride this wave for free now that you built it. So, Dave, shout out to you.
Appreciate it, boys. Man, thank you for having me on, letting me showcase this whole this craziness. Yeah, man, I'm appreciative. Yo, shout out to the Afro AI team. Let's go. Yo, Landy, I know where that's hit. Front end with the back end, bro. Chill. All right, chill, Landy.
Is that like a digital currency spit roast?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the hell.
Landy's wife might be in danger.
Yeah. Somebody send help, like stat, for real. No, but I appreciate obviously this happening. Peace. Let's definitely talk offline also. Like I want to figure out how we can work together and really kind of like push both our brands.
Yeah, Dave needs a daily show because the stuff Dave's talking about is only going to get faster.
Yeah.
You know, DeepSeek comes out and it shits on everyone's LLM. And now these guys are, by the way, with DeepSeek, these guys are running these AI systems for like, 6 cents a month. Something stupid, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, daily show with people like Dave and everyone else. As this wraps up, Dave is the right guy because he's so connected to everyone, you know?
So you're saying we should just do an AI show every day at 10 after the morning show?
I can see it, right? I can see it. Whether it's and we
back
can
and then you just kind of talk about what your AI is doing for that day, right? Like you kind of get the different people with their own AIs. And
there's AI news every day.
DAOs together.
There's AI news every day.
There's not digital currency news every day.
Yes,
When
there
you
is.
really look at
Actually, there is. It's
not even
insane.
compare. It could be
It's
digital
not the
currency is like a
same, but
joke.
it's
Just digital currency
it's
is
not
a joke.
iterating the same
Yeah.
rapid.
It's not even close.
There is-
These
there's
AIs
relevant
are
there's
likely-
relevant news items every day
There's-
for crypto and for but
it's
for
over.
AI,
It's
insane.
over first
Yo,
because right
GP,
now,
how do you deal with these two every day, bro?
right
Like,
now we just have
hey, how do you
human
do?
beings. We just have. You understand?
I'm
what's
taking
gonna happen
notes,
when
man.
We
Junie-
only
I'm
let
taking
go on
notes.
once a week.
You understand what happens when Junie decides to say, "Hey, you know what? Stacks is nice and Bitcoin is nice, but I think we should roll our own blockchain, and this is how we solve the trilemma." You don't think that's going to happen?
100%.
We're using AI to do novel material synthesis and thermoelectric generation, right? For small modular nuclear reactors. You don't think an AI is going to figure out how to make its own blockchain?
Yo, what is he
Come on.
talking about? I don't know. I have no, like, it's like modular.
Landy, back me up.
I don't know. Peace. If you understand anything, 50% of the stuff, literally 50% of the shit that this man is saying, you deserve an award or a medal of some sort.
I get it, but I wouldn't be able to articulate it back to you half the time. I understand what he's saying. I just couldn't. I can't apply it.
Look,
Mike,
it's a
you are a
sad day.
unique character, bro. I'll tell you that much. But yo, I appreciate y'all having me on the show, allowing me to just tinker around and play with this stuff. But yeah, man, I'm happy to obviously, like, if you guys will have me back on, hopefully there'll be some more progress by next week or the week after. But yeah,
It's a sad day when the H-1B has the greatest command of the English language.
saying.
What has happened to America?
yeah, I guess.
That's why we need to hire from outside the country, I guess, right? Dave, thank you so much, man. Both shows have been great. Thank you so much for giving so much of your time today. I love what you're working on. We will definitely talk more offline. GP, thank you for being clutch in the moment. Always coming in
Oh yeah.
and doing your thing. And Michael, man, I love the show. I think it's
That's
just
great.
getting better and better every week.
Better
So
every week. It's our best
we'll
show.
keep doing it.
It's no coincidence that we have our best show when Dave is here. But Dave, come back. Please come back next week. I want to introduce you to the individual from today. Mr.
Roxy,
Five
I'm down.
Stone.
Let's let Roxy
Roxy?
and Junior have a full-on conversation.
Nice.
See how that goes, bro. Like, I'm in.
Mission accomplished. All right, good vibes. We're in. All right.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, guys. Y'all
Thanks.
have a great day.
You too.
We are DeOrganized Media coming at you live on Bitcoin Live, decentralized broadcasting. It is Tuesday. Come check us out at 1 p.m. later. We got Landy coming on to tell us all about what's going on with the Stacks price action and break it all down for us in his Learn TA with Landy series. We'll see you then. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace out.